You're watching the Geek Squad Information Network. Since we began infiltrating Best Buy stores across North America, the Geek Squad has become synonymous with 24-hour end-to-end technology customer service. And we've been unstoppable in our mission to serve the public, police technology, and protect the world. For 2 decades now, we've pursued that mission. Our friendly black-tied agents and computer support task force vehicles have been patrolling the streets, keeping technology in check. And today, we're everywhere, keeping the public under continual surveillance and intervening when necessary. How did it get this way? Let's take a look back and track the Geek Squad's path to world domination. June 1994. Inception of the Geek Squad.
The idea for the Geek Squad came while I was in college at the University of Minnesota 10 years ago. So I was supporting myself making house calls around town, and originally wanted to create kind of a research lab for hire, or a think tank for hire, kind of a refuge for these computer geeks I discovered in the research labs.
Well, I thought the entire Geek Squad concept was extraordinary. What he was doing was taking a rather ordinary, bland business, fixing computers, and turning it into a fun affair.
Most of the business I was getting was because people said the other people weren't showing up on time, or talked down to them, didn't explain things in English, and smelled bad. And I thought, if I just focus on those things, we've got it made.
It was so new, and we were, I don't care what Robert says, but we were flying by the seat of our pants on a lot of things.
We were so focused on solving problems and, coming to the rescue of people that a lot of other aspects sometimes went unnoticed or just weren't caught.
Organization and the strategy and the planning came later.
But the Geek Squad hasn't merely spent the last decade reinventing technical support and service. Over the years, we've also created a culture and mystique that has completely redefined the role of the geek in society. The Geek Squad presents Geeks Throughout History, Part 1. Even the most primitive Homo sapiens could make fire. A few sticks, some kindling, it wasn't that hard. The prehistoric geek asserted his technical superiority over others by keeping the deadly blaze contained by installing a low-tech fire wall. You've been watching Geeks Throughout History. 1995 to 1998. Geek Squad, the early years.
The whole brand image thing and the branding has been there the whole time.
He called it the Geek Squad because he wanted people to be proud of the fact that they were geeks.
Back then we just wore, t-shirt and jeans. And then we switched to Geek Squad t-shirts and jeans. And then we got these ridiculous suits. He had them cut the pants high waters.
The question always came up, do I have to wear that? Once they got it on and we're amongst a dozen other people that had it on, it's all of a sudden a sign of coolness. It's like, I'm part of this team.
Well, the first Geekmobile was a 1958 Simca Aronde, which is a French import car. It was lime green. I was looking for a car that had all the qualities of Geek Squad. Something humble, fuel efficient, unique. Geekmobiles 2 and 3 were 1970 AMC ice cream delivery trucks. So we needed to visually unite all the vehicles. So we decided to use the paint job. And that's when we realized that we've been stealing all our fashion sense from the federal government, and looked at the black and white police paint job that they seem to be using less and less these days.
1998 saw the introduction of the first Volkswagen Beetle as the Geek Squad vehicle du jour. This two-tone babe magnet allowed agents to expand our realm of influence, making house calls and making history. Future additions to our Geek Squad fleet would include the Jetpack, Urban Attack Vehicle, and Observation Blimp. 1999 to 2001, the Geek Squad rocks. From our Minneapolis headquarters, the Geek Squad soon infiltrated other markets across the U.S., including Washington, D.C., Chicago, Phoenix, San Francisco, and L.A., the entertainment and gun violence capital of the world. There, Tinseltown agents have become celebrities in their own right by rescuing the computers of numerous entertainment industry big shots whose lawyers would sue us if we mentioned their names. As technology invaded the home, the Geek Squad began to specialize in high-tech home entertainment systems. The Geek Squad presents Geeks Throughout History, Part 2. Alexander Graham Bell invents the telephone. Or does he? Newly discovered documents have revealed that his historic request,
Watson, come here, I want you.
was actually in its entirety.
Watson, come here, I want you to bring your toolkit, run a system-level diagnostic, help me troubleshoot the connections, and get the server back up.
You've been watching Geeks Throughout History. Oates, Clark, Mrs. King. Where would they be without Hall, Lewis, and Scarecrow? Nowhere, probably. Or working as sandwich artists. Founder Robert Stevens knew two things. The Geek Squad needed to grow to achieve its goals of world domination, and Best Buy was the partner to do it with. 2002, Geek Squad acquires Best Buy.
Now I'd like to introduce you to the new dynamic duo. Best Buy and the Geek Squad.
Well, we always refer to Geek Squad as acquiring Best Buy. It's half true. We chose Best Buy. We kept our eye on for Best Buy for years.
I thought it was a marriage made in heaven because Best Buy had the ultimate capability in terms of moving product. And Robert had the ultimate capability of moving service.
If you really think back to the story about Dick Schultz, and you think of the story of Robert Stevens, they both had a dream and a vision about getting larger and broader, and in many ways kind of dominating their spaces.
2004, Geek Squad rolls out. By systematically infiltrating every Best Buy store, the new dynamic duo created an undefeatable partnership and ensured our stranglehold on the technology troubleshooting industry.
Well, there's been a huge change in the business of Geek Squad, of going from a couple of employees to hundreds of employees in stores all over the country.
So it gave our employees a little bit more enthusiasm about what they do and how they do it, and clearly our customers a different perception. So, wow, you must be doing something different.
I still receive the same kind of high-level service that I always have.
Millions of Best Buy customers have been liberated from their technical manuals. But there was a downside. The outstanding service provided by the Geek Squad made even more customers dependent on our services, creating the Great Geek Shortage of 2008. The nation was thrown into chaos. Rioters took the streets, searching for someone, anyone, who could make sense of the computer technology.
There's always been a great geek shortage. We always tell people we're always looking for great people.
Recruiters scoured the country, searching for the best and the brightest to become agents. Luckily, they found them, right in the Best Buy stores.
A good agent is somebody who can think on his feet.
The most important skill for a Geek Squad agent is troubleshooting, how to logically solve problems.
What makes a good agent of the Geek Squad? Most importantly is personality, and second is aptitude. Personality, because we just can't give that to you. You have to have it. You have to have an enthusiasm for technology. You have to have an enthusiasm for talking to people. Personal hygiene helps.
2012, Geek Squad achieves global domination. In 2012, the Geek Squad World Headquarters was added on as the 5th building in the Best Buy corporate campus, complete with helipad and laser cannon.
Our work is never going to be done. There are new products coming out, so there's new support needed for that. There's new ways to hook all this gear up. Customers' time is shorter than ever. So just when I thought one day when we'd arrive at the perfect Geek Squad, I see ahead another 10 years of new things we're going to do, because the more people we add to the Geek Squad, the more interesting it gets.
We at Geek Squad remain dedicated to policing technology and attaining the vision of a world without manuals. So as long as technology runs occasionally amok, our Geek Squad agents will scour the horizon, keeping an obsessive, watchful eye on everyone.